Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
With the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Watch is down 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire!
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 gets 3 with the primal rage!
Experience tranquility.
You don't need an invitation. I already know what you're saying. I love little conversations. And I don't want you to go changing. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feels so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
I'm interested to see, you know, as we kind of just vibe, waiting, and vibing, waiting, vibing. when they were like playing like dry. Wow, we're back. Are we back? Hello, friends.
Hi.
I hope people can hear us. Flashbacks one. We had some really insightful commentary here. Because I'm just like the goat of cast. Bowsy's the goat. We're all goats here.
Yeah, we're all goats, but
All goats.
as we were trying to say in the beginning, 2 undefeated teams, Fahrenheit and Flashbacks, 2-0 for both of these. One's going home 3-0, one's going home 2-1, and it's going to be interesting to see how well they do. Flashbacks obviously taking the first map here, or the first point here on Ilios as we head over to Lighthouse, and we already see changes here from both sides here, Navino.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes, because I've said before, the Soldier gives you, like, I would say more consistent damage, but Tracer's just so much better at finding, like, burst damage picks. So, I'll be really interested to see. It'll be hard to follow up on dives if you're F972. Flashbacks on Monkey. I don't know why I thought they were on Ball for some reason. So this is more traditional dive comp. They should be able to punish the Ana really hard. Riker just needs to stay alive here and exist to live and hit the back line.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what the move is here as the Pharmacy's dueling it out. Bubble Wyatt going for the backline, but Kiddo finds the first kill here onto Riker. So already an advantage here for the side of the Flashbacks. Bubble Wyatt just battling here with Azino, but no kills trading on either side. The point hasn't even been touched yet, but now Buell finds the kill onto Dino Nuggets. At the same time, Bubble Wyatt has found 2 in this fight. Bubble Wyatt trying to turn it around here for the side of Fahrenheit as Flashbacks try to get themselves on the point. All that's left is Kiddo. He will get demech. Pasty will get res, but it's going to be Flashbacks getting the first cap here.
You mean F972? They got first cap. They did.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Fahrenheit getting the first cap. But
very, very scrappy fight here that's still going on. Ball comes back to retouch, but Flashbacks going to win the longer fight, mostly because I think Coco got a huge res.
Yeah, it was that good res on to Pacey there. So now Flashbacks back in control, 12% to Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Going into this fight, I really want to see Bubba play a lot more aggro on the backline for Flashbacks. It just feels like I saw them go forward for a pick, which is how they even got back in that fight. But if they just, you have ball, just go. As soon as your ball's ready, you just have to int and get those trades in the backline. Your Ana is going to die. There is almost nothing you can do about it when you're running the Mercy. And the Soldier's not going to help either. And see, Dino Nugs is already dead.
Yeah, Dino Nugs get hit by Pulse Bomb. Formless, however, gets the rocket onto Pacey there, so that could be a detriment here for Flashbacks as they do not have their main tank. Tactical Visor also in use here from Formless. Big. It forces out Azino, but Coconut ends up dying to it, so now there's no Mercy Pocket here for that Pharah of Azino, so he has to be extra cautious. Despite that, he's able to win the Pharah 1v1 against Bubble Wyatt. He does get slept and killed out by Dino Nugs as Fahrenheit trying to make their way back to the point. The bomb comes out here from Stopu to try and get the point back into their favor, and Pacey's able to eliminate Formless. It is a back-and-forth affair, but Flashbacks look like they're going to be able to get the advantage here as the Nano Boost goes on to Stopu.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see, because this is kind of a breakdown of target focus, I think, at this point. They let the res come out, they struggle to finish kills when they have the advantage, and then you do a late res on the Bubba here. It feels like the ball is just not engaging quick enough or with the team. It feels very scattered. And that's kind of the problem I was talking about with not running the Tracer. But now you're on Tracer. Maybe that's going to help a little bit. But the Flashbacks comp is built so much more to sustain in a longer fight, while Ball really wants to hit them, get a kill, get out, and make it a scrappy fight, while Pacey and Kiddo want to play more stacked and go together.
You already see the dive coming in here from Flashbacks, and now both supports for Fahrenheit dead. Overtime is triggered. Wells dies, but still, Fahrenheit in a bad disadvantage right now, not having either of their supports. It's going to come down to some heroic plays right now from Formless and Bubble Wyatt. Bubble Wyatt does get the barrage, but as Zeno kills them out immediately, Flashbacks cleaning up the point now. Formless does get the kill on Azino, but it might not be enough here. Riker and Blue Roses just trying to stall it out. Blue Roses will get the res back onto Bubble Wyatt, so the FAR is back into the picture, but the Flashbacks are just all there right now. They're all just contesting the point, being able to clean off the members, and it's going to be Flashbacks taking the 2-0 victory here on Ilios.
Yeah, really, I don't think they did, okay, I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of words. I would say right there, my favorite, as a nice play of the game for Azino, my favorite, thing here was the Mercy play from Coconut. Coconut just, got, I don't think they got a single res canceled. Went very safe, and most of their reses turned fights. I feel like I saw the res for, pardon me, I don't remember, F972's, Blue Roses. They didn't really have the impactful res. You know, they didn't really get those big fight-turning reses, while like Coconut was. So, interesting play there. It's not, and like, you usually don't think about the one-person res being a big deal, but it really made the difference there, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely was a difference there. Those reses were very crucial there from the side of Flashbacks. Those res really made the difference, and they were able to make everything work. So great job there from the Flashbacks to be able to get those res off from Coconut. A really good job being able to bring back every single fight. Was scrappy, but it was definitely much more cleaner than I think we've seen from any other Flashbacks match this season so far, Navino. So progress is progress.
Oh yeah, definitely a really nice, clean fight there. They never really, like, even in the fights that were scrappy where they're like trading picks back and forth, Flashbacks maintained a really nice composure where they were trading out, you know, they made space for the res. They never gave F972 a real opportunity outside of the Visor fight. The Visor fight, F972 really should have won, you know, and that was a bit of a misplay on their end, but also, like, good staggering, allowing for reses, good spacing from Flashbacks that allowed them to finish this out, and good target focus, honestly. Target focus was really on point, and you know what? Where target focus really matters, Bowsy? 2CP. As we get ready for Hanamura.
Yep, Hanamura is the map choice here for Fahrenheit 972. Also, you saw the side swapped up there. That means Flashbacks are going to be on the defense with Fahrenheit on the attack, which means there's going to be a lot more interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what Flashbacks want to do on the defense here to try and hold it out against Fahrenheit in the long game.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because Sim TP Rush is really common here. I'm assuming F972 wants to play Rhine, which is why they went to this. Isn't Caden usually the main tank for F972? I don't know if I've seen that.
I don't think so. I believe Riker is the main tank for this team. Caden rang for them, I believe, once or twice.
Is Caden on the roster? I don't think
Caden is not on the roster. Our wonderful content creator, Caden, unfortunately, is not on the roster for this team, but she is indeed part of his team. She manages the Fahrenheit teams, so she has that experience to be able to know what she does. And she's always a permanent ringer. Whenever they need a ringer, she is there. Riker, however, is here today, so Caden is not.
I liked it when I watched last week how they felt and looked on on Rhinecom. So I think maybe, but that was a Caden Rhine. So I'm gonna assume they're probably even more comfortable with Rikers on Rhine. So hopefully, really good map for them. I think if I'm Flashbacks, they're probably either going to play like a Winston-based poke comp. Maybe they're probably going to play Winston Ball, or not a lot of teams like to run rush back on defense. I know, like last season, like I've been on teams that do it where they do the sim, they mirror the sim rush on defense, and it's interesting. But I think we'll probably more likely see Afara or Junkrat, Hanzo, like some heavy poke composition coming out from Flashbacks. Well, F972, I'm gonna make an assumption here that they will play TP Rush.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what the move is here from both of these teams and which team is going to be coming out. We're going to be heading into the map here very shortly. Again, we also apologize for all the issues. We've been working through a lot, okay? And it's not us that's the only problem. Blizzard's also been having issues with the Overwatch servers. We weren't even certain that we'd be able to broadcast the match today because it's been a rough day, man. This is a day that I would drink liquor if I could. But regardless, we're getting everything working. Everything's right in the world. We're fixing everything.
Bowser, you're such a child. I'm an old man. It took me this long to realize that you're not old enough to drink.
I am old enough to drink. I'm 21, so.
Then you can drink. What is this could nonsense?
That doesn't mean I do.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to be heading into game here very shortly to be able to see what happens here as we head into Hanamura. It's Flashbacks on the defense, Fahrenheit on the attack, with the Flashbacks comp coming out, with the Winston Diva here in Avino.
Yes, Winston-based poke comp. Yep, Farah, Ash, very common. Saki came in for, who's the other DPS that they had?
That would be,
What's their face? Oh my god. I literally just saw them play.
Wow.
Bro.
Wow.
Wow, thank you. I was like,
yeah.
I literally just saw them play. But Saki comes in. I don't really know what type of... Wasn't Saki on a team last season? I don't remember.
Saki was on a team last season, and if you give me a second, I can do that while we're waiting.
I want to say it's FBRD. But
while we're waiting, we can see what Fahrenheit are running here on their comp.
Fahrenheit is running what I thought, TP Rush. I actually don't really like the Winston into TP Rush personally. I think the Winston gets blown up too easily, but I get it's a comfort pick. I think Ball and Orisa both give more survivability and more, or Ball gives more escapability and survivability, while Orisa just fortifies an ability.
Yeah, so we're waiting for the pushes to come out here. It looks like the TP hasn't been set up yet by Fahrenheit, or if it has, it was already destroyed by Kiddo, who's hanging up on that high ground. Formless looking for the TP now as they try to move in. Looks like they just got it in. Fahrenheit now moving in. Blue Roses, however, gets caught out. They barely make it through, but have to use that Immortality Field and will end up falling in the aftermath. Saki, however, is dead to Bubble Wyatt. So Fahrenheit 972, already a big pick here on their favor. They will be getting this first tick online as now Pasty makes his way in. Kiddo loses their mech as well, but now the picks going back and forth, and Kiddo on the Baby Diva gets 2 in that fight, trying to get a third onto Stopu with the Baby Diva brawl, and it's going to be Flashbacks winning this fight with the Baby Diva power of Kiddo.
I really think that if Blue Roses lives that, they probably cap, because Pasty is going to have to come back, but Pasty doesn't, like, I talked about how I don't like the Winston, but what's really nice about Winston into this comp is they build Primal ridiculously fast. And so now that they have their ults up for that ult rotation, they should be able to sustain these next couple fights. And that's the big problem with Winston comps usually. They really need ult cycle, so neutral fights can be difficult, especially against a comp that's better than a neutral fight like a rush comp. But now that they have the ults, they should be okay. Big name.
Oh, but big anti-nade coming out from Thuggington, lands onto both supports, and Blue Roses unfortunately faces the barrage there from Azino, and now the kills all going in favor here for the Flashbacks. Another clean fight win.
I don't know if I like the Primal with it. Like, I feel like you kind of just win it with the nade and barrage, and so so they use kind of 2 ults, and that's kind of, and it'd be fair, that's me nitpicking here. But F972 haven't used a single ult. If they take point here with maybe using wall, and then they lose, even if they still lose a fight by only using wall, they have Blizz for the following, which is just should be a fight win if they force out enough ultimates here.
And definitely we'll see what the move is as Flashbacks or Fahrenheit make their way in. Good wall coming out from Formless as they make their way to the point, but Azino still finds Blue Roses. You can't let that happen right now if you're the Flashbacks, but now they got this Blizzard from Bubba Wyatt. And remember I was talking about those Blizzard server issues earlier?
Yeah, Dino Nugs DC. So
yeah, that was Dino Nugs. That
and they almost had the beat. Wow, that's really unfortunate for F972.
Yeah,
like wow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, is Break Divers in the server? Because Dino Nugs just got eaten up again.
Yeah, that nice joke.
Yeah, thank you. I try, but we're hoping to get back into the game here shortly. Obviously, this has been known for a little bit. Blizzard has been trying to fix this. It was because apparently they decided to do some migration over to Overwatch 2 accounts, and that hasn't gone very well. So they've been trying to fix it. They've been trying to get everything working. But they're a small indie company. They're trying their hardest here. But I mean, when we saw the disconnect happen, Fahrenheit were probably at about 80 or 90%. Do they cap here, Navino?
It all depends. If Flashback C9, which is very possible, yes. I think that F972 has expended a lot of ultimates into this fight. It also depends if they kill Azino, because right before pause, Azino got frozen in that Blizzard. But he's also nanoed. So, in theory, if the only one that looks at him is the May probably won't kill her. Probably.
Yeah, I believe the May of Bubba Wyatt was looking directly at Azino on that Farah. I'm checking the VOD right now. Hopefully we're getting it soon.
And it's like, but if only the May, I think, because they don't limited the range damage. Basically, Bubba needs to hit like almost 2 headshots because Mercy Pocket and nano damage reduction.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see what happens when we go back in. I'm watching the VOD right now because thankfully we have that delay, so I'll be able to tell what the percentage was when the DC happened and what the status of Bubba Wyatt looking at Azino was. So the bomb comes in, the pause happens at 84%, and I was wrong. Bubba Wyatt is not looking directly at Azino, but still 84% for the points. Fahrenheit could very well get it here, but at the same time, Pasty is also coming in. Pasty is at the doorstep right now. He's knocking on the door, trying to get in.
I don't think he has Primal, so I think it'd be very easy to blow him up. If they focus fire. Because they still do have, I believe Blue Roses is still alive, right?
No. Blue Roses died.
Oh, F. So they have no heals. Oof. Dang. Oh,
Yeah.
more DCs. Oh.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting more DCs coming in, it seems. Because don't you love Blizzard servers? This has been an issue we've been dealing with for a little bit. We might end up throwing it to break here just so we can get this sorted, and when we come back, we're gonna hope that everything is working.
Yes, sir.
So
Beneath.
we'll see.
So are we still paused?
I believe we are still paused. So yeah.
Okay.
So
We're gonna go to break.
yeah, we're gonna go to break, and hopefully when we get back, Blizzard's potatoes will actually be working properly, and we can get back into this game. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, and hopefully this time we are actually willing to talk to you when we come back from break. But welcome back. We are getting word that apparently everything is starting to get back. They are back in. Everything's all set. Dino Nugs is back in, and hopefully there's no more DCs. So we're going to make sure everything should be set to go as we head back in, and right as we said it. Short-lived. Don't you love it? I mean, based on that one little, 2-second image we got, Riker got killed in the fight.
F's in chat.
Okay, so apparently that was on our fault. That was not on our fault. That was on the fault of the lobby hosts. That was not ours. That was not a DC. It was a miscommunication. They did not know we were ready to go back in.
Oh.
So,
that
you gotta love it. This has been
Murphy's
the most
Law. Murphy's Law.
Yep, this is literally Murphy's Law is the definition of my life, and I think today has just been Murphy's Law for me. I mean, let's put it into this perspective. I broke a Rubik's Cube today, so that tells you everything about how Murphy's Law has gone for me. So, yeah, not great, but hopefully we'll be getting back in soon. Hopefully we will actually be ready when we come back in. We'll see what happens. But now that Riker is dead, I think this is now going to be a definitive lost fight for Fahrenheit here, Navino.
Probably. I don't. How much time is even left, bro? I don't even remember.
I wish I could have been able to see, but it's just been a night. It's been a night. You know what else is a night? Today's night, of course, is the Harmony tier matches. Of course, all the other Harmony tier matches, assuming they're actually going on, are happening right now. So we have, obviously, we'll try to keep updated on other scores as the night goes on. And right now, one of the first scores has come in. The Big Bang Buccaneers, 2 weeks of getting reverse swept, no longer. They get a 4-0 win over Chinchillas as we're back into the fight here. And already, Flashbacks, they already held off Fahrenheit, just out of nowhere.
That's just so unfortunate that they don't have the beat from Dino Nugs, because the only ult that Flashback's gonna have going into this fight really is the barrage. If they have the beat, they could honestly sustain after. If they lose someone in a pick, that's just so unfortunate. But Kiddo, wait, is Kiddo about to get demeched? How's
Kiddo? Yeah, Kiddo might have gone a little bit over aggressive, and they will get demeched actually by Formless as Flashbacks now down their diva here. Not a good start for them as Fahrenheit try to make their way on. The barrage comes out from Azino, but it's a beautiful wall and eat from Stopu and Bubble Wyatt, but still Riker dies. But now Formless is going to town, beaming down the members of Flashbacks, and it's going to be Fahrenheit finally getting this first point.
Yeah, I honestly had no idea what happened. I'll be real. Like all I see is Kiddo's health go down, like rapidly, and I'm like, wait a second, hold up. Wait a minute.
Something ain't
right here. You know. With the wall, honestly, I'd still go left side on TP, even though I guess the FAR is looking for it.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to see this as they go top right. I just really want to see them take an aggressive fight, use ults, because they should be able to take almost a whole fight before Stug gets nano. They play this right.
Yeah, we'll see if they play it right as Fahrenheit make their way up to the high ground, take that space as much as possible. Wall comes out here from Formless, who starts dropping down. Anti-nade and electrified to death from Pasty. Already a bad start here, but Flashbacks having a little bit of trouble getting back on this point. Bubble Wine and Stopu find 2 picks of their own, and now Flashbacks struggling a little bit, but as I say that, Pasty and Kiddo showing up when it matters, and it's going to be eventually a fight win here for the Flashbacks, and Fahrenheit sent back to the drawing board.
Felt like there's a definition of miscommunication, because Formless drops, uses the wall, like with the wall, and no one goes with them, so they get antied and just killed immediately. So, and then there's like no opportunity for them to use anything else, and now like the whole thing I talked about was they had ults, they had an ult advantage. Now, Flashbacks have 6 ultimates. They should be, like, if they can literally use 2 a fight and basically win, because you should be only able to get 2 to 3 fights here. Like,
yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what happens and how well Flashbacks are able to engage on this. Fahrenheit looking for the engage. Looks like they're trying to set up TP through the main, but it doesn't work out. They start pushing in the nano boost and the barrage use here as Xeno finds 2 with that barrage. Already a good start here for Flashbacks. Looks like they're going to be able to clean up that fight effectively with those 2 ults that they use. And Pacey also used Primal Rage.
Formless is on Soldier, so they didn't even have a TP to do.
I thought they still had TP.
Nah, they swapped. Nah, I mean, I don't really like the Soldier pick personally, because like, especially versus a Winston comp, like at least with a Cassidy or like even a Reaper, you have the ability to burn the monkey a lot more quickly. I would say Cassidy's probably the best, because you can sit, like, if you hit your shots, you're 2-tapping. You have to hit so many more shots as Soldier. You really have to laser them down to get a kill. And see, it's been a minute. They used 3 ults, and so they have 3 ults to go this fight. So unless, like, but Dinox has to beat. They have 5 ultimates of their own going into F972, so this should be a fairly even fight. But we all know how 2CP goes.
2CP definitely is a cruel mistress as Fahrenheit now making their way through that main, trying to get themselves on to the point. Already Flashbacks come right on top of them. The bomb comes out, and Kiddo eats the blizzard from Bubba Wyatt. That's a great ice cream treat for Kiddo. The bomb doesn't get anything except the immortality field, however, as now Fahrenheit still trying to find some sort of ground in this with 40 seconds remaining. Kiddo will get demech, and Bubba Wyatt's looking for Thuggington, unable to find it as Fahrenheit will clean up this point. It looks like Flashbacks will clean up this point, and Fahrenheit 30 seconds to come up with anything this final fight.
Yeah, I really don't think that Stop's gonna get out. Like, they don't really have time for a reset. Like, Dinolegs might have the touch, and Dinolegs used to beat. I didn't even see that. So all only they have going in this next fight is Shatter and maybe a Visor, but they need someone to touch. They have 7 seconds.
Bubba Wyatt has switched over to the Tracer, and they are on the left side, ready to touch. They are barely able to do it, as now overtime is triggered here for the side of Fahrenheit. They make their way up to the high ground. Riker coming right in on the charge. Dino Nugs following them, and Stopu has found Saki, the tactical visor from Formless. He gets knocked down to the low ground, unable to get any sort of value with it, and Riker Shatter doesn't get anything either. The barrage from Azito comes down, lands right on the blue roses, and Fahrenheit 972 are starting to die out. This flame will not be able to last for the second point. They do get 60%, but Flashbacks will be able to hold here on point B.
It really sucks, like, the DC issues thing. Like, if Dino Nugs has beat going, like, they either win that fight quicker, have more snowball, or they, like, if they have it going in the second, right, then, like, when Formless drops, they could have beat to save their life. That's just, still winnable, but very unfortunate circumstances. Very unfortunate night for them. I'm really interested to see because I think Flashback's probably just going to run the same TP rush, but probably just do a bit more cleanly. It felt like F972 never got a full clean engage, but when they did, they looked good. It's just like they weren't able to ever like they were split. Blue Roses got caught out a few times, you know, and then Kiddo second point, Kiddo had the huge eat, which just really saved the entire thing for them.
Yeah, definitely. And also, you were asking about where Saki was from last season before we had all these pauses and DCs and whatnot. I'm happy to report that Saki was on Frost Nova last season. They were on Frost Nova. They ended up leaving midway through the season, so definitely good to see those. Yeah, definitely good to see those returning veterans. So we'll see now as Fahrenheit on the defense, running the double shield with flashbacks. No surprise to see this traditional style that we've been seeing from them in terms of this rush.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they play the double shield because, like as I said, I like Orisa taking the test, but they're just going to have to be really organized. And I don't know if organization is what I've classified with F972 right now. So it'll be interesting. If they could sustain like the first fight, maybe fight and a half, they should be okay. Oh, and Saki messes up the TP. That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. Going for the TP up to high ground and teleports it onto the van, which technically is high ground, but Thuggington, yeah, that's one that you would like to forget for all the Thuggington moments. But still, flashbacks, very unfortunate start in more ways than one. Fahrenheit get a hold here to start.
Thuggington Gaming, everyone.
Thuggington Gaming. Yeah,
and good second TP though, and they get right on the point. The Orisa really needs to contest here soon.
Yeah, definitely, but Riker gets just burned down. Flashbacks move right on top of him, and now Riker out of the fight. Bubba Wyatt does get the kill onto Thuggington though. Thuggington Gaming over right there, and Bubba Wyatt finds 2 in this fight. Dino Nugs is dead, but still, Bubba Wyatt could bring this fight back, making a third for Bubba in this fight, trying to bring it back here for Fahrenheit, and it might just do the work. All that's left is the tanks and Azino on this May, so Bubba Wyatt might have just turned this around here. So, however, Stopu goes right off the edge, but Bubba Wyatt finds Azino. Formless comes back to find Pasty, and Fahrenheit hold.
Farah go Burr. You know, Farah really do be going Burr. Like, just really nice shot. And also, honestly, like, really good, like identification to not need to use the barrage. Because, like, I'll be real, as someone that plays Farah, I would have just pressed Q. And probably died for it, but I would have pressed Q. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's really good patience there. And I like the... I don't know how I feel, actually. Wait. Okay, they kept the sim, but swapped to cast. I don't know how I feel about that, because now you don't really have any sightline cutting down, and it's going to be much harder to punish the Orisa.
Definitely, and Bubba Wyatt uses the barrage and finds Coconut first. The immortality field from Thuggington keeps everyone up, but Kiddo, a very risky dive, but finds Dino Nugs, but Thuggington is once again dead to Bubba Wyatt. The bomb from Kiddo has to be big. It won't find anything, but Saki has found Bubba. Blue Roses will res up Dino Nugs as Fahrenheit being able to sustain here with this Bob on point, and it looks like it's going to be another fight winner for Fahrenheit. Barely. Oh, the boom! Oh!
That should help them. But this is what I was talking about with, like, needing to touch. They gave up a tick. Riker should have been on point. Like, because if they're going to get rushed on, might as well die on point where your Farah has a free sight line. Because once they walk off point, it's much harder. And it also allowed for Kiddo to dive because, like, they had kind of free reign. Once you get out of that choke, it's much harder to stop an Orisa from diving you. Or a Diva. I really like this wall, though.
Yeah, definitely good wall coming out here from Saki as flashbacks make their way to the point. It's only one tick they need to take this first point, and Kiddo already finds Formless. A good start here for flashbacks as they try to finish it out here on Hanamura to get this first point, and it looks like they might just be able to as the kills all going in their favor, but Bubba Wyatt is still alive. The shatter from Pasty right onto Dino Nug says, I'm eating you for dinner, and it's going to be flashbacks being able to take the first point here on Hanamura.
Yeah, really good. Like, target prioritization, really nice wall to, like, get them because they recognize the split hold, which should allow them. But now going into this fight, they really don't have anything, and Pace's have HP, so they really heal him up. And Stoppy, you can probably just kill this entire push with just Flux. Yep, they're
gonna Flux right there. Oh, no! They get stunned! Azino with the flashbang! Stunned out the Sigma and canceled the Gravitic Flux Flashbacks showing that individual skill, and it's actually going to win them the fight here. A little bit of lag as we, of course, Blizzard servers are running at very high potato latency right now, but still Flashbacks cleaning up the point, and that will be the stun that wins Flashbacks the map and puts them at match point here entering halftime.
I'm shooken,
Play of the game.
to say the least. F972. I want to say you actually did really well in that defense. That's just the most unfortunate cast flashbang / clutch play.
Yeah.
Dang, bruh. Dang. Wild. I have no other words for it. Like, the beat, like, sustained them, and then, like, once the sim gets high charged, they had no one to look at it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the general consensus of it. That flash was the one that saved Flashbacks' game right there. That flash doesn't happen, there's a chance Flashbacks lose the map to Fahrenheit. So, really good play from Flashbacks there to be able to identify it and just, you know, the W key is your best friend in that scenario, and it saved Flashbacks when it matters the most. And now entering halftime, they are up 2-0 and at match point here in the series. So, we're going to be heading to our halftime break. When we come back, we'll see if Flashbacks are able to extinguish these fire dogs, or if Fahrenheit have a little bit of reverse sweeping that they want to do here tonight. We'll see you after the break.
実は小説よりも気なりですね。
Welcome back, everybody, to Tranquility Gaming Season 9 regular season coverage. If you missed the match thus far, it is Flashbacks up 2-0 here at the halftime, despite some very bad disconnections, which we've been trying to bear, but Blizzard apparently likes to run their servers on potatoes. Bowsy here with Navino as we head into our next map here, Navino. It is Kings Row, chosen by Fahrenheit 972. So we'll see what they decide to do here on the #1 brawl map in Overwatch.
Probably just go, play Rush.
No, who would have thought?
The real question is, are we going to see a wrinkle, like, maybe some, what's it called, oh, my bad, yeah, maybe some Doomfist, like, some teams like to play, like, Doom Reaper, or, like, last season Koala ran Doom May a lot on this point, and just be, doing what the Dallas Fuel used to do. So, like, there's a variety of things you can run.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that you can run. Of
or
course,
you can run ball.
You could also run ball. You can run ball. You
Dishonorable.
can run Pharah. You can run a lot of different stuff here.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your family. Dishonor on your whole, whatever, descendants thing, the Mulan quote.
Ready.
But we're seeing an honorable Baralmir, honorable Rushmere, so I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, definitely. No problem. Definitely normal as we see it. Get back on that, Lucio Coco. But, yeah, it's going to be the Honorable Rush mirror here. As, of course, we also have other matches going on. We also have a score update for you. Clairvoyance, of course, one of the teams that has gone to consistent map 5s as well. They got a 4-0 sweep over 07 Titanium, breaking the curse of Harmony Indigo A. First time there is not a map 5 series in that group, so...
Except Koala Games, but yeah.
Except Koala Games, which is normal. But we're going to be heading out here onto Kings Row, and we'll see what the Brawl Mirror here has for both teams.
Pacing's going to be really important here. I think May is actually... I think Bubba can really set pace here, because May can do a really good job at setting pacing by doing aggressive walls, and... I don't know, I usually like to hold statue here, so I don't know if I like giving this space if I'm Flashbacks.
Yeah, definitely. As the wall comes out there from Azino, it doesn't catch anybody. However, Fahrenheit able to maneuver their way around it. But the Immortality Field, very early investment here from Blue Roses as Fahrenheit look for the aggression. Pacey's starting to push forward. Both walls used at the same time, and no value really from either one of them, as pretty much it's just in between both walls, both of them. But the Immortality Field came out from Thuggington here as well, as Fahrenheit tried to make their way forward, but Riker just keeps getting burnt down. The wall does catch the Reinhardt of Pacey, so Flashbacks looking to try to keep them alive, and Pacey will get that kill onto Bubble Wyatt here as Fahrenheit looking for the advantage. Riker, however, finds Coconut. Your speed boost now out of the picture here for Flashbacks might make things a little bit harder here, Navino.
Pacey with the shatter, and that pick should be... Oh, but it's his shattered wall.
Yep, that was unfortunate there from Pacey, as, walling off his shatter. But still, the cleanup coming out here from Fahrenheit. Kiddo being able to get a few in this fight, and it's going to be Flashbacks being able to hold the point.
Yeah, I feel like Riker, I don't know if it was Saki, I don't know if it's Kiddo, but someone's just like, as soon as Riker puts on shield, I'm at Cleo. So I'll be interested to see. I think Formless used Noon there, apparently. So this could be a really important fight, as, the ultimates are pretty even across the board, with the exception of Shatter for F972 and Noon for Flashbacks.
Yeah, already. Yeah, big pick from Formless right onto Thuggington. The Deadeye comes out here from Saki, and the Blizzard from Azino is massive. There's also a Blizzard coming out from Bubble Wyatt as Azino trying to freeze up Dino Nugs and eliminate that Lucio threat. Now Saki finds the kill here onto Riker, so Fahrenheit down their main tank. Kiddo is out of mech, but it's still going to be the cleanup here from Flashbacks.
I feel like the beat from Dino Nugs came so early. They beated for the Noon when in reality they just needed to use speed to back up and disengage. And then when the Blizzard came through, I like the layering Blizzard idea, but it just didn't do anything really for the side of F972. Now, with their window here, they should just take an aggro fight with this one. There we go.
Definitely window comes out there, and okay, well, Azino 2 for 2 so far on blocking shatters with walls, but that time it was Riker's shatter. Great wall there from Azino as the bomb comes out from Kiddo! And it gets the 4K. Kiddo once again saving the fight from disaster. Flashbacks get the team wipe.
Really nice disengage, really good re-engage. I felt like F972 engaged too many ults and like overcommitted, and then they had nothing to really. They were not ready for the bomb. They just weren't. You know, that's why I got a 4K. Oh, maybe just ult tracking is an issue. I don't know, but it just felt like they weren't expecting it. But really nice re-engage from Flashbacks.
As Fahrenheit make their way in with this Deadeye from Formless.
Oh!
And Formless answers back, says you can get a 4K bomb, I can get a 3K Deadeye, eliminate both your supports in one swing, and Fahrenheit, that's going to get him point A here on King's Row.
Wow, that really was, like, if Flashbacks live through that noon, that's really their fight to lose. Because, oh, and Azino and Kiddo get bad spawn, so they're really not going to get a close hold here. They should be able to get past arches. Now, Riker uses, oh, Pacey used the Shatter, I didn't even realize that. But Riker is close on Shatter, Bubba has Blizzard, and Kogo's not close to beat. So this really, if they have a good Blizzard, they should be able to just win out here. That being said, Azino has a Blizzard of their own. Oh, and Bubba.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wait,
definitely,
no, it gets Kiddo.
I mean, he expected Flashbacks to push into that corner and use the Blizzard to separate them, which it did separate.
Oh.
Riker lands a 4K shatter, or 5K shatter, lands everybody from Flashbacks on the ground, and Fahrenheit just going to be cleaning this fight up. They will lose Dino Nugs, but at the end of the day, Fahrenheit looking clean thus far on this push.
Yeah, I didn't like the Blizzard, but it feels like when they have a, like, and this goes back to like how they didn't really cap when using their other ults, but like here they just miss the Blizzard. They get Kiddo, but they hit a huge shatter to contain the fight. But now both DPS bolts coming back. Oh, that window is too far forward.
Maybe a little bit too far forward there from Blue Roses as Flashbacks try to push into this cart and stop it moving. And that's a big Blizzard coming out from Azino. Catches 4 members of Fahrenheit. And it's going to be Formless finding the kill into Saki, but Pacey finds Blue Roses. Now Pacey's dead as well. Fahrenheit might just be able to come back for this, but Kiddo says no. He tries to eliminate Formless and is able to on the Cassidy, and he throws out the bomb. Will be a big one this time? No. But still, Kiddo able to get back into the mech as Bubble White uses another Blizzard, freezing up the Mesmers here of Flashbacks. All that's left is Azino and Kiddo, and Azino is going to be doing a May 1v1 there with Bubble Wyatt as the rest of the Flashbacks run back. Kiddo able to get the kill on the Bubble Wyatt, who is frozen up, and it looks like at the end it's going to be Flashbacks winning as Fahrenheit invests the bomb into this, but it gets 2! How does Stofu get 2 with that bomb? Kiddo is able to get the kill on the Pacey. It's a back and forth affair, but Fahrenheit 972 are trying to clean it up in the end. Blue Roses trying to keep everybody alive as the rest of the members of Fahrenheit trying to eliminate the members of Flashbacks. Kiddo has gotten another mech. Is that his 3rd mech this fight? I'm pretty sure. Trying to eliminate Blue Roses in the back line, just barely unable to, but Blue Roses gets finished off by Azure, a headshot, and Fahrenheit might not be able to finish this out. It is close, but Bubble Wyatt finds 2. The beat is invested here from Coconut to try and keep Flashbacks in this fight. It is still back and forth. This fight has been going on for a solid minute, maybe even 2. Riker about to build up a second shatter, trying to eliminate the members here, might just be able to. The shield is low here from Pasty, but it still is able to block the shatter. The immortality field is there from Thuggetson. The pulse bomb invested from Formless, switching over to the Tracer now. He was able to build up a pulse bomb in this fight, by the way, as Flashback's still trying to stall it out, but it looks like in the end, it's going to be Fahrenheit being able to cap this point.
Well, unless Zeno just yeets this Blizzard. Oh no, they died.
Now,
I have so many mixed feelings. That was such a chaotic fight. Forma's built a pulse bomb. Forma's built a pulse bomb, y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice they switched to Tracer. Like, what?
I mean, if you're gonna be finishing out the fight, you're gonna try to do it as fast as you can, but still, Fahrenheit showing that they are not willing to give up when the going gets tough, as now they try to push in. The Deadeye comes out here from Saki, doesn't hit the trigger in time, so all those targets go to waste. The Blizzard is there from Azino, the bomb from Kiddo as well, cleaning up the fight. Coconut gets 2 boops, one of them being a boop off the map, and Flashbacks finally able to sustain this card for themselves.
I don't know if I like the bomb and Blizz committal, because, like, they should have been able to win without those, and now they're going to go into this fight with kind of an ult disadvantage. Like, they really only have the window shatter, while F972 is coming to bomb, bomb, shatter, and Blizz. Like, Blizz is the real key here, but if Kiddo gets a big eat, like, you know, who cares? Oh, but Saki. Oh.
Big fire strike and shot there from Formless, and Riker is now Flashbacks in the disadvantage, but Pasty finds Dino Nugs. The Blizzard, however, catches Kiddo, so now Flashbacks are still in the disadvantage in this fight. It's going to come down to Pasty Shatter as 20 seconds on the clock here. It's going to be determinant on this factor. The Shatter comes out, it lands on the 3, but the Shatter from Riker is even bigger, and Stope was able to find the bomb with Saki. The remake also onto Pasty there as Kiddo comes back on the Wrecking Ball, but Fahrenheit are cleaning up these picks. The Deadeye comes out from Formless, gets walled off by Azito. He's trying to peek around the corner, but won't be able to. Azito goes for the backline, tries to get the kill up, but he gets stunned out, and the rest of Fahrenheit know he's there. Overtime is triggered as Fahrenheit try to push this card into the final point here of King's Row. Kiddo is on the card. He'll get killed out. Same with Pasty as Fahrenheit going to be able to clean this fight up, and they will eventually get the cap here on King's Row.
Wow. like, whoa. Like, Saki getting picked there to the... Like, honestly, that fight would have ended... Like, if Stop's little bomb doesn't land behind the boxes, they probably get, like, a 3K there. That's so unfortunate. But, like, you know, they still got the cap, and that's what matters, because, you know, a really nice noon to create space, and then... they just contain Azino on the flank, and I think it's really hard as a Mei, like, if they know where you're coming from, to really get that space back and do have that impact. I think, like, it was such a long, drawn-out fight. Like, it was unironically just really sloppy from both sides. You know, F972 had more ults at the time and won out in the end, because also, like, actually, no, they don't even have closer spawns. Like, I was so confused. Like, maybe the overtime spawn timer? I don't know. It was a sloppy fight, but really nice from F972 to finish it out. And, you know, never say die, you know.
Never give up. Everything winnable, winnable every time. Any fight is winnable if you try your hardest. So, obviously, that is the morale that that Fahrenheit want to try to go for here. As on the attack, they were showing the Orisa earlier, and I was a little scared, but now we're going to be seeing that neutral brawl. But Bubba Wyatt on the Junkrat instead.
On the Junkrat. Oh!
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't think the Junkrat's going to do a lot when your Lucio's dead.
I mean, it still could, you know, just hit some nice combos, but they trapped Kiddo.
Yeah, I mean, they trap Kiddo, so obviously the Junkrat doing something here as Flashbacks make their way through the hotel, but obviously without that speed boost, it's going to be a lot harder here as Fahrenheit are a little split. Kiddo finds the kill into Bubba Wyatt, so already a bad start here for Fahrenheit. They're trying to make their way in. Flashbacks looking for those final kills. Pasty drops extremely low, but a clutch Immortality Field coming out from Thuggington to keep the Reinhardt alive, and Flashbacks, they're looking pretty good here on this attack.
Yeah, just like such a nice pick from Xeno to begin everything, and they're not going to get a clean recontest here or anything, so that's rather unfortunate. Now, Bubba's going to build Tire here fairly quickly, but it felt like such a discombobulated fight because of the pick on the Dino Nug. So as you know, big shout out to him just like hitting the clutch shot. You know? Now, if you're talking about how they actually want to play this combat of 972, they just need to play to basically like every time the DM and stuff goes down, they just need to be able to melt. Oh, Bubba, please don't get caught out. Oh, Bubba got caught out.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Bubba Wyatt. Gets caught out by Saki, and as Xeno finds Riker as well, so it's getting rough here for Fahrenheit. All of a sudden, that never lose mentality is starting to kind of go against him a bit.
Yeah, they do get another fight here.
Right.
They should. Well, actually.
In theory, they should. But
and Bubba does have Tire. So.
And they have the High Noon.
But Xeno is doing a very creative play here, going to try and hit the Blizz from the top ropes.
Well, we'll see. Bubba Wyatt might be coming up those stairs as well. The Tire might be coming up the stairs. Funny. You can see that little outline of Bubba Wyatt right next to the blue Mei outline. So here comes the Tire coming out from Bubba Wyatt. Finds the Cassidy of Saki and gets the Tire stuck. Still is able to keep it as Stope eats the Blizzard from Azino. How does that happen? And Kiddo finds the bomb kill onto Formless. And Flashbacks are just cleaning this point up. They're making Fahrenheit's push look like an absolute disaster.
Bubba got their Tire killed by Baby Diva.
Hey there, I'm the queen.
I mean, he was looking for deep. There was a lot of shenanigans in that fight.
I feel like if he just kills the Cassidy on the flank, they probably do fine. I like the swap into Hanzo, but no, okay. I like the Mei better. Now, what's really nice is Flashbacks did commit a lot of ults that fight, so they should be able to get a stabilization fight here. Keyword should.
Should. So we'll see. The Deadeye comes out here from Formless, looking for the picks. No picks resulted there.
Oh,
the Deadeye comes out from Saki, but it's a 6-man shatter coming out from Riker. Knocks everyone to the ground, and in the case of Kiddo, knocks them down into the pit. And that's an easy team kill from Fahrenheit.
Only 2 ults expended in the side F972 while trading out an ult from Flashbacks. That's a good fight. That's what you need to do if you're really going to start a 5-minute hold. Now they have beat. They can match beats. They can match windows. So really good going into here. But Xeno might have, honestly, might have Blizzard fight. Oh.
Window comes out here for Thuggington. Bomb as well coming out from Stopu. Will get blocked. Tries to go for the remake. Unable to. But Thuggington has already found Riker here. So it's a bad start here for Fahrenheit. And now they've lost their mech as well. They don't have any tanks. They're playing Overwatch 3 as Fahrenheit trying to make their way, trying to back out. But Flashbacks just want to push the aggression even more. Riker's back into the fight. But Blue Roses is now down in that wall from Bubba White. Is just there for sustain. Formless looking for anything with this Deadeye. Might be able to find the shield of Pasty, but won't be able to find Pasty themselves. Fahrenheit need to try and stabilize here as that card is nearing the final point. Sobu able to get their max back here, so it's possible here for Fahrenheit to be able to try and hold here as Flashbacks look for that engagement. But as Zeno, a massive blizzard catches on to Riker. The immortality field is there, but Riker gets burnt down and Pasty Shatter lands onto both supports, or at least on the Dino Nugs. Formless also gets charged out, and now the blizzard is there from Bubba Wyatt, but there's no follow-up. Nobody there. Stopu will head down to the Omnic Heavens as Flashbacks will cap with 3 minutes in the point. They have locked down this series.
Yeah. I feel like the big mistake I'm seeing here is not knowing when to disengage. You know, F972, like when they lost their tanks, instead of dying on cart, which they need to do if they wanted a clean refight, they started backing up, and then Blue Roses gets picked. They lose people in that, and they use the Noon to retake space, but they kind of forgot that, you know, as Xeno had to have Blizzard at that point, you know, like it felt like they gave up too much space for free, if that makes sense. You know, like when you're playing Rush, it's such a game of, hey, how expensive can I make this space they're taking? Which is why Poke is really good against Rush generally, because the angles, the damage make it really hard for Rush to take space and cross distance. When you're playing the Rush mirror, it's like, you need to make them fight for every inch.
Right.
So, like, you know, a big coaching point I've always used is, like, if you're going in a Rush mirror, if you're going to lose the fight, you all need to die at the same time. If you call fight lost, don't call back out, because even the speed boost you can back out, right? Without a shield or a diva to cover you, you're just gonna what happened. We saw, you know, like Thug, Azino, Saki just picked them off one by one. Please don't die to this Widow again. That's my only request. There we go.
Yeah, Zeno going for the grapple shot to make sure that they know that they're in the window. But really, it's just been the tale of aggression. We saw in Fahrenheit's push, they barely took the aggressive. They were waiting for Flashbacks to push into them. But when it came to Flashbacks pushing, the aggression worked. And speaking of that aggression, you saw Kiddo go to that left room and the wall come out from Bubba Wyatt to lock them in the room. And that's a case where the aggression of Flashbacks is taken advantage of by Fahrenheit. They're able to take advantage of that aggression and be able to get a big pick. But is it going to turn the table to fight? We'll see. But now Pasty's dead. Bubba Wyatt finds the kill onto them. And now Flashbacks, they're going to have to retreat. Great reaction there from Fahrenheit with that aggression.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, really nice play here. You know, but I don't know what is with this series, but they let Kiddo remech again. Let's please kill baby divas, everyone. Like both teams let multiple remechs happen this match. So, but they do have the ult advantage here, or they should. Oh, never mind. I think their main tank's dead.
Maybe not. Riker able to stay alive with that immortality field. Wall comes out from the Deadeye comes out from Form, is unable to find anything. The wall there from Bubba Wyatt make it a little worse. And Kiddo's lost mech again, and perfect timing. Bubba Wyatt has the blizzard, launches it straight into Flashbacks' face, and they're starting to get the picks as well. Fahrenheit looks like they're getting a pretty good hold here. Already a minute burned off of Flashbacks' clock.
I think the blizzard's gonna come back to fight. I get why, but they had kind of already won the fight. They were backing out, like, and you confirmed maybe one more kill, like, but they still just get a nice regroup here with only maybe killing another 10 seconds. And now Pasty has Shatter. Pasty can just win this by himself, and Coco has beat. They have Blizzard. It's going to be really hard for them, I think, unless they get these ults on really fast.
We'll see as Flashbacks make their way in, looking for this one tick that they need here on King's Row. And again, you talked about the ult game. It's going to be all determining on that as Riker goes in for the aggression, but Flashbacks move back with that Deadeye! And there's the Shatter coming out from Pacey. It lands onto Stobu, and the beat is there from Dynanox to try and keep the team alive. Stobu does lose their mech, but still Flashbacks looking for the advantage. Formless has the Deadeye, unable to get anything with it, and Flashbacks cleaning up the point. They will seal the 3-0 victory here on King's Row.
They played that back corner so much. Like, it was like they're trying... It felt like they were trying to poke them out, right? But the thing is like, they need to recognize ult fights and just take it to them. They backed themselves into the corner. It was just honestly like a really free shatter from Pasty because like they couldn't do anything. The window, like... And they almost, like, if it wasn't for Dynanox somehow avoiding the shatter and touching, they would have lost just from getting basically C9 by a shatter. You know, like... So, I've seen some really nice stuff from F972 this series. You know, some really nice plays. But it feels like they're lacking in the macro sense right now to really compete with a team that's as coordinated as Flashback.
Yeah,
Even though Flashbacks really let them into the series a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, Flashbacks has gotten close in every single match they have played this season, including the preseason. Fahrenheit, it seems like that they're trying to play a composition, but they're playing it passive. They are definitely a passive team. We can tell that just based on their engages. When it came to King's Row, when they got the first attack, they didn't push forward because even though Flashbacks were down 2 people, they waited by the bar. When Flashbacks pushed into them, they used the Blizzard. Fahrenheit are trying to react to Flashbacks' over-aggression. Sometimes it works. We saw it on their defense. We saw that they were able to block out Kiddo and get rid of the mech, thereby putting him in the advantage. We saw it when they were on the attack. We saw them use the Blizzard perfectly. But it's not working enough. And Flashbacks are taking advantage of that. Yeah, Flashbacks are being able to take that space much more because Fahrenheit are playing way too passive and way too reactively. We'll see if it changes as Flashbacks have chosen Dorado for our final map.
You mean F972?
That's what I meant, Fahrenheit 972. Yeah. They're both F teams, it's hard.
I think, like, the big thing, I go back to, like, you know how I talked about trying to make space as expensive as possible? It felt like they never did that, even on that last defense. They did a better job for a fight or two, but, like, it felt like they never contested the space that Flashbacks took. You know, It's just like they let him get pushed in the back of that corner. Like, when they start pushing, punish that aggression. Use window. If they use window before Thug uses window, they probably get a pick. Then the fight they did is when they got Kiddo out of mech. You know, like, it really goes well if you are the person that goes first in Overwatch.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of first, we're also the first to bring you scores happening across NA Harmony tier. 3.5 versus Obfuscation went the way of 3.5, 3-1. So they get their first win of Tranquility this season as well. You have Ragnarok Freya versus Insidious going the way of Insidious, 3-1. Continuing that undefeated streak. And just coming in right now, Millibot Gaming versus Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies was a 3-2 victory for Millibot Gaming, continuing their undefeated streak here in Season 9. A lot of interesting scores as the season continues here in Navino.
Yeah, you know, we talked about, like, how FBRD was kind of looking at the lower end, and, like, Millibot had been undefeated, so this was like, this is really going to make us gauge, like, how good Millibot is. And a 3-2, I think, kind of says that they're going to be a middle-of-the-pack team. You know, even though they're undefeated, they'll probably be middle of the pack. But that's still a really solid win. But it also shows that FBRD can take maps off decent teams, and should definitely still be in the conversation later this season for these B-tier runs. Or not B-tier, B-group runs. I don't know why I said B-tier, B-group.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies make that run before. They were a B group team last season, and they went on to the championship bracket and almost made a deep run there. So we've seen Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies do really well in Tranquility when they've gone to those B groups. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to keep that up as the season continues. If this stage 1 has just been a rough matchup. Again, their first matches were Strix and Galactic Penguins, who both are currently still undefeated. So, there is a chance that this could have just been a rough start for them.
Yeah, definitely a front-loaded schedule. As we get into back to our future match, we're going to see Double Bubble with Genji versus Winston Diva Ash Tracer, which is a lot more traditional, a lot more common. I feel like a lot of people want to play Genji this season because everyone's like, oh, Genji's going to be, you know, meta in Overwatch 2, so why not play him now, even though all the CCs in the world just exist? It will be really interesting to see Overwatch 2 how it affects these teams, because it's going to rely so much more on the mechanical play, as well as, like, trusting in each other, I think, that 6v6 does. But I'll enjoy it as we get this game started. Nice TP to start. Really normal. TPing. Wait, I just realized Riker's on off tank now. And Stapu's on the Winston.
Yeah, Stapu on the Winston, Riker on the Zarya here. As Foremost also switching over to that Soldier. As Pasty has found the Genji of Bubble Wyatt to start off here, so not a great start. And Bubble Wyatt gets picked out by Buell. No CC necessary there to eliminate that Genji. Dive comes in here from Stopu, gets booped away as Fahrenheit looking for an opportunity, but it's going to be difficult here with this double bubble composition.
The Zarya gets energy, you're able to walk and take his brawl. Like, oh my gosh,
Right.
this brig should have died. That brig should have died.
Yeah. Coco should be back in spawn. But yeah, definitely. We'll see that aggression most likely coming out from Fahrenheit. Riker, very high charge right now on that Zarya. Kiddo trying to try and deal with him, but Bubble Wyatt, not a great start. 0-2 to start off, and now Kiddo's starting to rush forward, gets slept out by Dino Nugs with Pasty being there to back him up. But still, Fahrenheit just looking for the advantage, but they're building up to this Graviton here in Vino.
Yeah, Riker's doing a really good job maintaining energy and just doing damage. I feel like if you go Echo for Bubba, like, they just have so much easier time here.
But a big
grab.
Yeah, they didn't grab. There was a nano boost going on to Pasty there, and 2 picks make that 3 here for Fahrenheit. They found both supports now, and Stopu is going nuts. They just want to get this 6K. They get that D-Mech onto Kiddo with the Primal Rage, and it's going to be Fahrenheit starting to push this card forward.
I don't know. That felt like a really weird interaction. Because sorry, I definitely thought they
no
grabbed because it looked like Pasty got like sucked backwards for a second. Maybe they just
it might have been a boop from Blue Roses on the break.
Yeah. Really nice play though. They slept him and then the nano to get the trade. But now there's this grab here. They just needed to grab and they should win this fight.
Yeah, Foremost already finds the kill on the Buell to start off. Well, Rally also used here by Coconut as flashbacks take advantage of the point. Pasty wants to go in with this Primal Rage, and as Zeno gets found out by the Tactical Visor, that is a very, very slim window that Foremost was able to hit that shot, and he was able to perfectly here. So Fahrenheit trying to push in here. Riker gets slept, gets booped back here, looking for that grab. Might just be looking for the backline and will be able to find Coconut, but Blue Roses is dead. Kiddo able to dive into the backline, but Coconut finds their life board as well. Thuggington eliminates Bubba Wyatt. That's not an interaction you see. Anna killing the Genji. It's usually the other way around, but Flashbacks finding these back and forth kills. They might just be able to bring this back into their favor as Stopu dies as well, and all that's left is Riker and Formless on the card.
Yeah, that's just so unfortunate. Honestly, like, grab is one of those ults where I feel like people get too scared to, like, just use a grab or whatever. Kiddo's gonna get mech again. I can't with this. How many times has Kiddo actually died in Baby Diva form? But, so, now they have the Blade, but I don't know if the Blade's really gonna get enough value unless they wait for this Nano, honestly. So, it's really interesting here. If I was F972, I would play to punish Winston a bit more because once they kill the Winston, they have a lot more free space to walk. Because like Pasty's doing a really great job right now of contesting the space given. So like it's really expensive for them to even walk forward because they're just giving up cleave damage.
As Flashbacks looking for this engage, the pulse bomb from Buell doesn't find anything, almost finds that Blue Roses in the backline as Formless uses another Tactical Visor here, but Buell finds the kill on the Blue Roses. The Blade comes out, but there's a nano as well. Bubble Wyatt finds Thuggington, might be able to find the kill on the Coconut here, but the rest of his team is dead as Zeno's Bob is cleaning up the point, and Flashbacks continue the hold. 30 seconds remaining for Fahrenheit.
Did Bubba get nano? Bubba did get nano there. I watched the supports juke Bubba. I'm sorry, Bubba, we have to see that on screen. But I think Bubba might be caught behind. I don't know if he gets out.
JC's already finding him. He's not getting out. Nope. That was a very hard situation. With only 5 seconds left, Fahrenheit need to try and touch this card. They have this rally from Blue Roses, and Formless is there on the Tracer to try and touch. We'll see if it works out in their favor. Bubba Wyatt also switching over to the Doomfist here as Flashbacks try to hold back the enemy team. Coconut is there, just trying to stop them as Stopu finds the Primal Rage kill onto Azeno, looking for some more here in that backline, but Flashbacks still have control over this cart. Pulse Bomb comes in from Well. Doesn't find anything, but now Dino Nugs and Riker are dead. Bubble White able to find the kill on the Coconut as Kiddo comes in with this bomb. It has to be big. Won't find anything, and he won't be able to get anything with the remake as well. Fahrenheit starting to turn this fight around now as Bubble White has found 2 on this Doomfist. Gets the D-Mech as well onto Kiddo. This Doomfist might have been the answer, but as I say that, as Zeno comes in with his own Doomfist, the Pulse Bomb from Formless misses, and as Zeno finds 2 with the Doomfist as well, Flashbacks are trying to turn this around, and they might have just been able to do it as they're looking, as Fahrenheit nowhere to be seen. Riker comes back here on the Zarya, but is just going to get burned down immediately. No bubbles at hand, as the rest of Fahrenheit just trying to find any way to stay on this cart, but it seems like that they won't be able to. All that's left is Stobu and Bubble Wyatt, and Bubble Wyatt is not long for this world as well. He's getting beat out by everybody on Flashbacks, and it's a full hold from Flashbacks here on Dorado.
Wow. I think if I would maybe like Zarya is really good on first point Dorado specifically, and especially on that high ground initially, because if you take it, right, like you're kind of forced to almost brawl with the Zarya, and it's really unfortunate to see that. Like, I don't know if I would have stayed on, honestly, if I would have stayed on the Zarya after, to be honest. Like, I get the high charge, I get the brawl potential, but like once the stall picks start coming in, I think D.Va's defense matrix stuff gets a lot more value. You had some really nice moments there from 972 with some nice engages and stuff, but once they were on the back half of first point, the Ashe just did so much work. Because the Ashe could just sit back in the back with the supports and not really get touched, because the only person that can go for them really, because remember, they were on Soldier for most of that, right? The only person that really can go for them is Winston. And Winston will just get blown up, stunned and just blown up.
In 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. And we also have some other scores coming in right now. 2 map 5s, Fighting Potatoes reverse swept by the Chicago Mafia. That is a 3-2 victory for Chicago Mafia. Strix and Galactic Penguins. A lot of DCs, but at the end of the day, it's Strix taking the victory 3-2, and a 4-0 victory by Ace High over Narwhal Connects. Obviously, a lot of strong scores there as we come out here on the final attack. And Flashbacks, yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
I like this close hold though. You know, it's something you don't see as often. They're really intelligent, like just like, hey, let's just bunker the point, make it really hard for them to contest with me. So I really like this from both teams.
I don't like the lack of May here from Fahrenheit, though. May usually is the piece that you need to make this close hold work, because May can provide that sustain, but still, Formless finds that first kill on Buell here. Flashbacks trying to get into this room and find their way in as Fahrenheit try to continue holding this cart. Riker steps out into the open, just trying to find those picks with the Reinhardt, and as Zeno goes on the flank, he gets found out immediately by Fahrenheit, and Fahrenheit will get the first hold here on Dorado with this close hold.
Yeah, really fast Flux, so this should do very well.
Oh, and it will. Boyle and Kiddo able to finish out both tanks here for Fahrenheit, and Flashbacks breakthrough with the Flux coming out from Kiddo, and they're able to make it work, and now that close hold from Fahrenheit is a thing of the past.
The junk switch is really intelligent because, like, when someone holds that room, the junk just, like, you literally cannot avoid junk spam in that room. You know, I don't know, if I'm F972, I think it's really hard to, like, once you walk out of that room to maintain the same pace. You kind of had to win the fight quickly once you walk out of there. Once you walk out of there, you want to walk with purpose, you know?
And we'll see. Window comes out here from Blue Roses. Fahrenheit try to hold it here as the cart nearing the final area here on Dorado. Blue Roses finds that first kill to Pasty, and the shatter from Riker lands 3. If there's one thing Riker's been known for this series, it's been the shatters, but still, Riker's team is dead. Kiddo's causing mayhem in the backline, and Flashbacks are finishing out the series here with their first 4-0 of the season.
Yeah, really nice way to wake up here. Kiddo really just, like, it felt like the theme of the entire night is Kiddo got a ton of value because it felt like people forgot about him on the off angles, and especially with that Sigma. And I think we're gonna see here. I think he had a 4K at the end. Yeah,
here it is.
The bongo, the rock here, like, yeah, like bongo, you just do so much damage to Sigma. This is just really nice. You're just hitting your shots. Well, never mind, you didn't hit those shots, but, you know, melees work too.
I mean, you hit the fish shots. Doomfist would say you would hit the shots in that situation.
Yeah. You know, like, really solid stuff. You know, we joked and talked about earlier, like, do Flashbacks just play everyone close? Evidently not, you know?
No. It's just their opponents have been really good this season up to this point, and now you have them being able to do pretty good. Now they've finally gotten those gears running, and it seems like Flashbacks might be considering of now being that champion that we've been thinking of. We've been seeing that Flashbacks from seasons past come back in full form again.
Yeah, but I will say, like, I think there still is merit to the conversation because, like you just said, Ace High 4-0 Narwhal, who played Flashbacks, very close.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it's very interesting because, Ace High just lost Flashbacks in the reverse sweep. Right?
Right.
So, it's the group is really interesting. Maybe it's a matchup thing. Maybe it's a confidence thing. And, maybe of going up, like, I feel like if you come out swinging on Flashbacks, maybe that's what happens, right? Momentum. Because if you think about it, all those series, Flashbacks had to come back to compete in. Right? Like they went down 0-1, they had a draw versus Narwhal, and then they went down 0-2 versus Ace High. It's very interesting thing to look at. But here tonight, I think they solidified themselves as, hey, this isn't a fluke. We're going to play our game, and they did that really well. So
they did it really well. They did it really well. Props to Flashbacks, and also props to Fahrenheit. There were a lot of moments where this match could have gone an entirely different way. And Fahrenheit showed that, they weren't here to mess around. They were willing to try and win this series. It just came down to Flashbacks being able to beat them out every little bit of the way in those tiny little bits that gave Flashbacks the win. But now, with the match all said and done, we need to crown ourselves our player of the match. Who is your player of the match from Flashbacks?
I gotta go Kiddo. Just the value he got on the off-tank position today. The off angles, the eats, they did really well. It's hard to discredit, like, anything he did. Like, he was just by far, and, I joked earlier, but, like, the amount of remix he got, was just
It's
wild.
been 0 days since Kiddo has gotten a remake without dying.
Yeah, that's just wild to me, how
Yeah.
much he survived. But that also speaks a lot to his ability as an off-tank.
Yeah,
Survivability.
definitely. Yeah, survivability is key, especially when we're heading into Overwatch 2 soon, where there's only going to be one tank. You're going to need a lot of survivability, and Kiddo is showing that they are no slouch to that survivability. Usually I don't double down, but I have to double down. Kiddo was a standout player here today, really, for the Flashbacks, showing that skill. Some people may say he's overrated, but I say he's definitely a strong off-tank player here in the Harmony tier, and it's showing really well that he is up for MVP contention right now. So, definitely a really strong showing here from Flashbacks, and, hey, it's gotta feel good getting your first 4-0 of the season here if you are the Flashbacks. Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, sorry, I was gonna say, Fahrenheit can come back next week, and hopefully they'll be able to see if they can recover from this.
My bad, Bowsy. I was just gonna say as well, maybe this is like, we talked about dominant Flashback teams of seasons past. Maybe this is their breakthrough. Maybe this is like, hey guys, now we're actually going to really truly live up to the brand name of Flashbacks and start 4-0ing everyone. Because, like, remember, Flashback seasons 7.
7.
Yeah, 7. Didn't really drop maps until Chrysalis in, like, stage 2.
Yeah.
And they had that one forfeit loss because of the Diffract incident. But they just, and even in finals, they 4-0 Koala. They were such a dominant force that season. And then even the season 6, like, they were dominant up until playoffs. So hopefully we'll see that going forward. I think it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how well both of these teams go as the season continues. But that is going to do it for us here today. We thank you all for watching. Special shout out to Navino, my wonderful co-caster for today. Finiev, our amazing producer, Hippie, our director for observing, and our 2 observers, Dan and Stoicism, for helping us out. But on behalf of all of us here at Tranquility Gaming, my name has been Bowsy. We thank you all for watching. Until we meet again, we hope you have an amazing night.